Hello and welcome to my video blog for Saturday, December the 4th. Surprise! The president showed up in Afghanistan on Friday to surprise the troops, and the troops seem to be very excited to see their commander-in-chief. So much so that they presented him with a t-shirt for that little boo-boo he was sporting from the pickup game he played during the Thanksgiving break, and got a little bit of a shiner. So the troops said, listen, Mr. President, if you happen to wear this t-shirt, someone will think twice before they double check you. So the president was really happy to receive his little t-shirt from the troops. The troops were very excited to see him, and it seemed to be a very happy, feel-good moment for everyone. But back here on the U.S. soil, there isn't so much warm and fuzzy stuff happening, and that out on the congressional floor and Senate floor, our leaders are squabbling yet again over don't ask, don't tell. Now, am I the only one who's following this policy? Because if you listen to it, the whole thing mandates that you don't ask and that you don't tell. So that means I'm not supposed to ask, which means he's not supposed to tell, which basically equals no conversation. So if nobody's supposed to be talking about it, why are our congressional leaders wasting our taxpayers' money? I don't know. Something else that seems to be quite questionable is the fact that, yes, our congressional leaders are going back and forth over tax cuts, and that the wheels on the bus are supposed to go round and round, but when they seem to happen to get on the congressional floor, they slow down, down, down. Why are they slowing down? Because the Republicans want their way. They realize this is a lame duck session, and basically they're going to hold out until they get their way. But on the opposite end, the Democrats are saying, well, we'll kind of give you your way if we sort of get some other things in return. So mom and dad are squabbling back and forth while we, the kids, are suffering. Because what does dad want to do? Dad basically is saying, listen, we're not going to go anywhere on this tax cuts issue because we're just not going to. And since we're going to hold that up, we're also going to hold up the fact that there are thousands and thousands of Americans who are losing their unemployment benefits because come December 1st, the expiration date passed. Nobody could agree because they couldn't get their way on the tax cut issue. So yet again, here we are with this whole snowball effect of the wheels of the bus slowing down, 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 as everybody is holding out until they get their way. Now, it really depends upon mom and dad's scenario as to who you agree with, because dad is saying, listen, in terms of the unemployment situation, I don't think that we should be giving Jimmy any more money. No, little Jimmy needs to make his own way. It's costing us way too much for our retirement. We're not going to be sitting pretty, honey. So I think Jimmy should sort of, start looking at some other options. Whereas mom wants to overparent and give little Jimmy a few more dollars, because she realizes that times are hard out there, and she basically wants her son to do well and be okay, and, able to take care of himself. So she wants to give him a few more dollars. Now, in terms of parenting style, who's right, who's wrong, it really doesn't matter, because in the end of the day, we're all screwed. Because if this is how our congressional leaders are choosing to do things and it's only December, it is going to be a very long 2 years. But something congressional leaders can definitely agree on is the fact that everybody wants a little piece of Julian Assange. Now, Julian Assange is the creator of Wikileaks, and he's the guy who seems to be treating our U.S. intelligence like a bit of tabloid information. Yes, he's taking our intelligence and basically putting it out there for the world to see on his website, like, Perez Hilton. Except it happens to deal with more serious stuff than who's wearing what and who's dating whom. And some people kind of say, well, what he's doing is like this modern day Robin Hood stuff, and that he's giving us information that we need to know, and that, hey, in his own words, he thinks he's providing a service, that it's freedom of press, freedom of speech, First Amendment rights. This from the guy who's not even a U.S. citizen, but he seems to know a lot about our U.S. policies, and that he loves releasing our information. And where he's getting it from, who knows? Is he stealing it? Is somebody giving it to him? In my opinion, there has to be some modern day Benedict Arnold out there supplying him with all of this, and that it seems way too much for him to definitely cipher and steal on his own. But that's neither here nor there, because authorities from Sweden are actually after him for this little tryst that he had with 2 women. Now, if you talk to Assange, he says, yes, I had sex with those 2 women. But now there seems to be more to that whole to-do, because he is being accused of rape and sexual assault charges. But Assange is no fool, because he knows that basically these charges are stemming from what he's done on Wikileaks. That nobody is happy that he seems to be releasing more and more and more information this week and in weeks to come, that he promises there'll be more information to be revealed. So, as he seems to be doing this little dodge game with authorities, everyone seems to be losing in that they can't seem to pinpoint this guy. This from the guy in which we know that he's in the UK. They happen to have his telephone number, so somebody can call him or even track the number if they really wanted to. But that really doesn't matter, because just like Bin Laden, how we're after him, we're still after Assange. And who knows how quickly we're going to actually wrap up either one of those 2 cases. Now, going back to our congressional floor, things finally wrapped up for Charles Rangel. Finally, the congressional congressman was censured on Thursday, and he basically got his lumps. As he went down to the Senate floor, boom, boom, and boom, boom, and Nancy Pelosi shook her finger at him, boom, boom, and boom, boom, and he basically took his reprimand very well on the floor, and he, basically took his lumps and then went outside and gave a different take on Charles Rangel, and that he pretty much showed his defiance, saying, look, at best I was a bad accountant, all right? Look, I didn't keep my books straight. I didn't pay my taxes, but it's not because I didn't want to. I just, sort of got to, because I didn't have everything straight. And, in terms of that whole housing situation, I mean, what's a man to do? All these apartments in New York City, I can't keep track of what's rent subsidized and rent controlled and what's a free reign apartment. I don't know. I can't do it all. But he still got censured, and on Thursday, he happened to join the ranks of 23 other congressional leaders who have fallen the same way. Now, that doesn't mean that life is over for Charles Rangel, because he still looked good at the end of the day. His hair held up, and I'm sure that we'll see the congressman somewhere doing something in due time. And with that, I like to wish everyone a very happy Hanukkah, and I'll see you next time.